body bang, bang, your body bang, your 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 body bang, bang, your body bang. Fire. And I give us when you take a selfie, when you take a pose, you the ginger the boy. Every time you bend the low, come on girl, when you take a selfie, when you take a pose, you the ginger the boy. Every time you bend the low.
Want to shoot a dope music video at 50% discount?
50% discount?
Yeah, 50% discount. Bougie down to Television Nigerian with world-class equipment and a badass expert crew.
Oga, face your camera now. Shh. Continue.
Where was I? Everything extra.
Carolina, you bad.
Hurry up.
Your body is big and I know say you know.
My name is Kingsley Chukwuebuka. I reside at Koroduma one-man village in Kalua government area of Nasarawa State. Based on the power supply during this COVID-19, if I must say, it has been very, very, very epileptic. The distribution agency are not trying any bit to help the citizens at home, having fully well known that there is no means of income during this time. And there's no way they will expect citizens to use the money to feed themselves to start paying for power supply, which I felt have an issue that the government have promised for them to give a 2 months free power supply. If I might say, it's high time we should beg the government, even though they want us to pay for those bills, that should at least accumulate it from now till whenever this lockdown comes up. At least even paying them in piecemeal will be very nice than them carrying ladder and start disconnecting people and leaving them in blackout.
Concerning electricity supply in our neighborhood, it has greatly improved since the arrival or the beginning of this pandemic, that's COVID-19. Prior to COVID-19, we were having electricity supply for 2 to 3 hours daily. But since COVID-19, our electricity supply has gone up to 10 hours daily, between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., sometimes 4 p.m., and between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. So it's improved. And concerning what the government should do, I think it's not good enough that up till now our major source of electricity is hydroelectricity power, that is via water through the Kainji Dam. I think we've grown past that. We should have numerous sources of electricity. We have abundance of gas in this country in the south. We have abundance of wind from the north, and we also have solar. We have natural sunlight, and I believe the government should look into these areas.
Actually, ever since the lockdown, I think the government generally they've put in work, they've put in effort. But I have to recommend them on this aspect. As you can see, you can say light as in then. I'm very excited. Or like say Nigerian, they can't have light 24 hours straight. But I can boast that we've really had light, as in we've really had light for the past 2 weeks. I've barely used a fuel cost of 500 naira for the past 2 weeks. So I recommend them, and I really applaud them for that. Then talking about the estimated bill, I think that was one of the issues we had in the past due to the estimated bill that they bring and the rate at which they overhype these bills, and you find that you don't even have an AC. At the end of the day, they give you an outrageous bill. So, but we've worked towards that. We've complained, and we've written to the management, and they assured us of this prepared meter, and we've been expecting the prepared meter ever since then.
Hello, I'm Abiola. Okay, here is how COVID-19 has affected electricity in my area. First of all, we used to have very normal voltage, not until now. And secondly, the number in the hours of power supply has drastically dropped. Like there are days they just bring the light for 5-10 minutes, not even up to 30 minutes, and boom, the light is gone. And I'm one who works from home, who just want to get my phone charged, my laptop charged, and so that's it basically. So we just hope the government look into these and make life easier and better for the people.
There have been no lights since morning. The time right now is going to be past 6. We will have no light since morning. It's sad, it's painful, it is heartbreaking. These people are actually not helping us. They do not want us to perform. Students, most people know that students do not want to engage in these online lectures. But the electricity distribution company actually are discouraging us. They are discouraging students, they are discouraging workers to work. People want to work, but they are being discouraged by the electricity distribution company, right? Because there is no enough power supply to actually charge these gadgets to do whatever they want to do. It is painful. They need to actually channel some kind of energy to the power supply they give us. It is heartbreaking to note that the power supply given to us is not up to 8 hours per day. In a day we have 24 hours and we are not getting 8 hours supply per day. That is very heartbreaking. This is what they need to work on. This is what they need to build. This is what they need to develop. It is sad.
Coronavirus is a danger disease, a danger disease. We can fight it and win. Coronavirus is a danger disease, a danger disease. We can fight it and win. Wash your hands every time. Don't ever shake hands. Stay away from mammals, they can cause infection. Stop again, we can chase it away. Oh, we can make it. Yeah, we can chase it away. Oh, we can make it. Yeah, we can chase it away. Coronavirus is a danger disease, a danger disease. We can fight it and win. Coronavirus is a danger disease, a danger disease. We can fight it and win. Don't be scared, we got this in our hands. God is on our side. Stay in your house if you feel positive with the situation, and keep a distance from a person infected with COVID-19. Come a doctor when you feel pain in your chest. Oh, we can make it. Yeah, we can chase it away. Oh, we can make it. Yeah, we can chase it away. Big Pine Production. Coronavirus is a danger disease, a danger disease. We can fight it and win. Coronavirus is a danger disease, a danger disease. We can fight it and win. Coronavirus is a danger disease, a danger disease. We can fight it and win. Oh, we can make it. Yeah, we can chase it away. Oh, we can make it. Yeah, we can chase it away. Machaga, Kidich, African.
Herbal medicine, also known as a tradomedicine, is the study of botany and the use of medicinal plants. Plants have been the basis for medical treatment through much of human history, and such traditional medicine is still practiced today. Esoma Herbal Institute was established by Solomon Balo Sabina to research into various herbs for the improvement of human health. The Herbal Institute came into full operation on the 20th of March 2000. The institute, apart from research work, carries out consultation with the aim of administering the products of their research on patients with various ailments.
A researcher into herbs. I'm an architect by profession, but the Nigerian Society of Pharmacognosis saw our work and decided to induct me as a member of Nigerian Society of Pharmacognosis. I believe the only non-pharmacist that is so inducted into that society. We produce or research and produce drugs from here, specifically herbal products, purely herbal. And by the grace of God, they are known to work very fast. Unlike the imported herbal drugs that they will tell you, use plenty before you start feeling the effect. We will tell you here, give us feedback in the next 12 hours maximum. Because our herbal preparation is so strong, and not just strong, it combines well with orthodox drug without any negative effect. It's unique because here we work from answers to the question. When God reveals the answers, we now walk to the question. How can it be? How possible is it? Our herbal preparations have given us edge over known drugs. For example, the first one that came out from here was sickle cell drug, which the government themselves had to carry out some tests on it. And researchers said, if you are on Solamia and still have crisis, please sue the researchers, not the producers. They were so confident of what they have. Our sickle cell drug does not just eliminate the crisis completely. I stand by my word, completely. But it goes further to eliminate anything associated with sickling, like leg ulcer, like fragile loop, and so many other things.
Esoma Herbal Institute is committed to the belief that evidence-based medicinal plants and botanicals have a major and ever-growing role to play in the lives of Nigerians, particularly in the area of public health. Solomon Balo Sabina, the president and founder of Esoma Herbal Institute, revealed that his herbal products can cure sickle cell anemia, HIV, and the dreaded coronavirus.
In 2001, during the Abalaka era, we call it Abalaka era, we were the only one given opportunity of 2 centers. One is in Niprid, and the other one was taken by World Health Organization to Federal Medical Center Makurdi and used it on full-blown AIDS, 10 of them, according to their report. And at the end of it, they all were well below detectable level. I'm quoting their words, which we now call negative. But that of Niprid, the Dr. Epenyong, I'm ready to say it as it is, Dr. Epenyong at Niprid was busy selling our own product to non-participants, that is those who are not among the decent. The only couple she mistakenly directed, we are not supposed to know them, she mistakenly directed to our place to come and collect blood that there's not enough drug for her there with her. The only couple, they are still alive and healthy till today. And the report Niprid gave then was that our drug, what they discovered was that it increases the viral load and also increases the CD4, which is never possible. It's either your viral load is going up and your CD4 is coming down, or your CD4 is rising and the viral load is coming down. But the report they gave to government, which government didn't even challenge to say, how come? How do you get that type of result? Is that our drug increases both. In fact, Dr. Inyang, the DG then, had to call me because I was not even aware of what was going on there. They had to call me and say, please don't make noise. We'll solve it in-house. But unfortunately, that is what happened. And this, what we are talking about, if it can take care of HIV, which we still use for patients today, we don't make noise. We don't make noise. What I mean, we don't even advertise. We don't. But our drug advertises for us. And because of the sales we are making from the drug that is advertising for us, we are able to put destruction down without, what do you call it? No overdraft, no loan. And by the grace of God, according to NAFDAC that has been coming, officials that have been coming here, they say it's the biggest herbal factory in the Federation.
The institute has suffered setbacks from the federal government, but he is determined to continue to appeal to Nigerians that a solution to the COVID-19 is not far away from us, but in the plant, called Andrographis paniculata.
We wrote to the former Minister of Health that we have something that is good for cancer. Because when this, our drug was stopped, because what is the name? WHO wanted to do a clinical trial for this so that Nigeria can be lifted up for the performance of this drug on what they saw at Federal Medical Center Makurdi. But I will say an individual in NAFDAC sat on it because she said she doesn't believe in herbal. When the thing now came to the open, by the time it came to the open, it was already January. The money has been returned. And when it came to the open, at about 11, that's when I got a call from a staff at their Lagos branch. And the staff said, sorry, Pastor, we didn't approve your this thing because my madam said she doesn't believe in herbal. And when I called the WHO, and they called her, in fact, WHO made a statement, said, we will never help Nigeria. I'm bold to say that we will never help Nigeria. And they called her. Before 2 p.m., letter of approval came. What shall we do with it? You still have the letter with us. What shall we do with it? We didn't stop there. We started developing. We're still developing the drug. What next? What next? I reported to the former Minister of Health that, sorry, we have something that could help cancer patients. And the minister said, okay, come and face panel. NAFDAC officials were there too. And I faced the panel and I said, this is how it works. Nobody could ask any question except NAFDAC official that said, Esoma, you have this and you didn't bring it for registration and you allow people to die. You may wonder, why didn't I take it for registration? What will I say the drug is doing? NAFDAC will tell you that no.
They don't believe in health.
They don't believe in health. So you say, for example, Esomaron, immune booster. They are now even arguing that we should remove that word immune booster from it. He didn't tell me directly, he told his staff. It's the staff that called me.
So these drugs?
Yes. After that, I didn't hear anything from the minister. I now had to compile list of people. Thank God we don't have any lab here. We don't have any lab. We have room for lab, but we don't have the equipment. We don't even allow tests here. Go and do your test anywhere. Come to us. When we treat you, go back to anywhere of your choice and give us the result. So that you won't think it's a cooked result we are giving you. So we now compile lists of people who were so affected with cancer, and we sent it to him. Except if we hear an answer today. This man that even wrote that they have a cancer drug for cancer. Let's even write them, because I could remember when this cure for HIV was on. We went to what do you call it, NACA, and we showed them evidences from hospitals of people who became negative. NACA wrote to us and said, wishing you success in your endeavor. That's all NACA said. But unofficially, they direct people to us. Unofficially, their staff direct people to us. You want to get cure, go to a summer.
Since the attention for global funding for international traditional herbal medicine researchers became on the rise, a Soma Herbal Institute was one of those research institutes that was eminently qualified to attract the WHO funding in Africa. These unfortunately did not see the light of the day. It was discovered that NAFDAC turned the golden opportunity down, even with all the correspondences to the secretary to the government of the Federation.
This drug is not, if you think I'm lying, take your CD4 now, and next tomorrow, go and, after use, take your CD4 and see the difference. The great difference, I will put it. So, if your immunity is boosted, the virus cannot enter. That is one. Two, if the virus even enters, this drug has antiviral property. International report, it has bacterial properties. It has even the throat, it has everything. In fact, we wrote it there in the letter we sent to the Minister of Health, that this thing contains this and this and this. Because on the level, let's start from there. In 2009, able to culture it here in Nigeria. You know, because we have virtually the same temperature or whatever with Nigeria, with India. So they marvel, they have the highest number of sickle cell. You say, you mean from this end, you are able to arrive at this? At least 3 of them differently had come to us here from India, that they want to team up with us. And if I may go back a little bit, in 2008, US wanted us to come over to US. They came looking for us. They couldn't locate us. They now went to the Ministry of Science and Technology, who now gave us letter to them at embassy. Later I got there and said, we are going abroad. If you are the producer of this. So, what are we talking about? This drug is not just for coronavirus, it protects you from every other area. You are talking of fever? Yes, scientifically proven. Throat infection? Yes, scientifically proven. Hepatitis? Yes, scientifically proven. So what do you want to? It's a package of this. In fact, a doctor, medical doctor in Nigeria, who happens to read about it, came and collected this. We sell it for 2,000 naira. Came and collected 3 bottles and went to Lafia and sold it for 100,000 to the patient there. And the patient was saying, thank you, please can I get more? He refused to pick his call again. A medical doctor. So what are we talking about? This helps Nigerians.
The institute noted that the products of its research stood tall among other nations, and the benefits are far-reaching in a lifetime, and calls on the federal government to patronize Soma Herbal products during this period of the lockdown, also adding that all Nigerians are together on this within the spirit of the lockdown.
It's like your food. Despite the fact that it's not only one herb, we combine other herbs. Okay, it's 20 mil. We don't even allow you to take a spoon because your spoon is different from our spoon. You understand? We have a measuring cup that is graduated. Morning, evening, if it is just for immune boosting. Then, if it is infected, it becomes 6 hour long. We wrote it there. We wrote it there. Because it takes care of people that have fever, they take it. So many areas, they take it. Blood pressure, they take it. Even diabetes, and they take it, and they are all right. They may call it Bobo Niche or whatever. Yes, it contains it. Some of them will say, no, you don't have dosage. I've just told you about our dosage. Only telling us, please, invest inward. Look inward. The herbal product is there. Is there. You see, what we've been discussing is majorly from this herb. Majorly from this herb. And for some of you to show us that it is not that we are hiding anything, as they usually say herbalists do. The name of this herb is Andrographis paniculata. Google and you find what it does in the body. The Bible tells us that all things work together for good. I will one other way say thank God for COVID-19, because any little headache, Nigerians are going abroad for treatment. Now they will be forced to look inward. The answer is here. The answer is with us there. I'm not saying necessarily a summer herbals. No, the answer is in Nigeria. Please believe in Nigeria.
But Soma herbal products becomes the answer to COVID-19 pandemic. We only hope that the opportunity has once again presented itself. Rather than fold up and lock up yourself in fear, the solution is not far from you. Soma herbal product is the answer to COVID-19 pandemic.
Welcome to Tunacheki, and thank you for watching. If you want us to cover one of your topics, please leave your suggestions in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our videos. And in this video, Tunacheki presents top 10 worst countries to live in Africa. This is based on different factors ranging from corruption, war, and economic difficulties. Number 10. Number 9. Number 8. Number 7. Number 6. Number 5. Number 4. Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
In as much as Africa is perceived as the poorest continent in the world, there are some cities on the continent that would make you want to have a second thought about the general perception. These cities can rub shoulders with some big cities of the world such as Madrid, Rio de Janeiro, Buenos Aires, Paris, and even Tokyo. Let's take a look at the top 10 cities that made the list of top 10 most beautiful cities in Africa. Luanda, Angola. Capital of Africa's second largest oil producer, Luanda, is home to the nation's main seaport and administrative center. In the past decade, this city has achieved the most development among any city in Africa with the help of China International Trust and Investment Corporation (CITIC). Luanda is looking more like a Western country. Agadir, Morocco. Capital of Agadir, Ida Outanen province. Agadir is one of the major urban cities of Morocco. The city has been rebuilt after the 1960 earthquake. It is now Morocco's largest seaside resort, attracting tourists from all over the world. Nairobi, Kenya. Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya, Kenya's largest city and capital, Nairobi, is the most populous city in Eastern Africa, and it is one of the leading cities in Africa both politically and economically. Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town is famous for its harbour, Table Mountain, and Cape Point. It is the most popular international tourist destination in South Africa. Cairo, Egypt, the home of civilization. Cairo is Egypt's capital and the largest city in the Middle East and second largest in Africa after Lagos. This city was named the world's 24-hour city in 2011 by Badoo, ahead of New York and Paris. Port Louis, Mauritius. The capital city of Mauritius, Port Louis, is one of Africa's main financial centers. This city is mostly overshadowed by its financial hub, tourism, manufacturing sector, and port facilities. This nation's languages include English and French. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Former capital, richest and largest city in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam is the major city for both business and government in Tanzania. Abuja, Nigeria. Nigeria's capital, Abuja, was built in the 80s before disposing Lagos as the capital city of the most populous black nation in the world by the administration of General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, IBB, in 1991. The city is one of the richest and most expensive in Africa. 2. Tunis, Tunisia. Tunis is both the capital and the largest city of Tunisia. The greater metropolitan area of Tunis, often referred to as Grand Tunis, holds some 2.7 million inhabitants. As the capital city of the country, Tunis is the focus of Tunisian political and administrative life. It is also the center of the country's commercial activity. Johannesburg, South Africa. By population, Johannesburg is the largest and wealthiest city in South Africa. Called Africa's economic powerhouse, this city is also the largest economy of any metropolitan region in sub-Saharan Africa. Africa is beautiful and vast, and it is growing every day.